Hello everybody, welcome back to Vinyl Junkie Record Shop. My name is Mike and I want to do I'm going to try to make a quick video today, although I'm not very good at making quick videos because if you watch me, you know I talk a lot. But anyway, I want to show some recent vinyl pickups that I've got from a couple of record shops, one locally in the Indianapolis area and another one on my most recent trip to Columbus, Ohio. If you remember last year I did a video on, I took a trip to Columbus and I hit several of their record shops, and I did a video with a lot of stuff I picked up from them. There was one store in particular that I didn't get a chance to visit, so this last time I was in town, I made sure that I checked it out, and I'm really glad that I did. So let's start with that one, and it's a place called. Got some stickers here. I always like to show stickers from the stores that I go to. Great name, Magnolia Thunderpussy. And I gotta admit, the first time I was in town, I thought that maybe it was kind of a bougie place considering its location. But really, it has a huge selection of metal. And back in the back area of it, the whole wall is full of just like metal band t-shirts, and they've got a really good metal section. So I want to show everything that I got from there. I picked up a couple of, well, not new releases, but I picked up some used and a couple of still sealed albums, but they're not like recent. I did get one CD and I want to show it, and this is Sam. You'll probably see him a couple times. He likes to get into the photo shoot. Hey, go lay down with Jack over there. Jack's chill. He doesn't ever get in the shots. I would have loved to have had this on vinyl this year, but it's just one of those titles that it's hard to get over here in the States, and it's just super expensive, and I'm not paying $40 for these vinyl records in it this year. I'm just not going to do it. But this could very well be on one of the best releases of the year. This is Lord Dying with Clandestine Transcendence. It's kind of hard to see the artwork on it. It's on MNRK Records. Anyway, it's hard to see the back too, but this is a really fantastic record, and I wanted to have it in some format. So I found the CD there and I picked it up. All right, so I'm going to start with the used finds. I love record stores that have dollar bins, and all of these that I'm about to show you were 99 cents. And I'm primarily a metalhead, but majority of these, in fact, none of these used albums are metal. But you know, to fill my record room, I like to, you know, if it looks decent and it's playable and it's $1, I'm picking it up. So the first one I'm going to show is the Best of the Manhattan Transfer. It's like a jazz vocal group that was pretty big back in the 80s. In high school, I was really into this group because you know, I played in band, and a lot of the band folks were really into this. But there's some good stuff on here. They're probably, I think they're Birdland, version of Birdland is probably the one maybe radio song that non-fans of the band may have remember hearing if you're old like I am. But anyway, really good pickup for a buck. I probably got this one already, but I picked it up again. If I do find that I've got it somewhere stashed away, I'll just give it to my son. I'm sure he'll dig it. This is George Thorogood and the Destroyers with Maverick. This has got Gear Jammer and I Drink Alone on it. Willie and the Hand Jive. Maverick was a good tune. One of my favorite saxophone players of all time was in the Destroyers. That's this guy, Hank Carter. I've tried looking him up recently. I don't really know if he's even still alive or if he plays music or what, but I don't believe he's with the Destroyers anymore. But George Thorogood is still out on the road and touring, so it's great to see him. Always been one of my favorites. So there's that one. This one is John Hyatt with Slow Turning. You know, I'm not a huge John Hyatt fan, but you know, I do know that he's a very reputable artist. And I gotta admit, I'm not familiar with this album, but you know, like I said, 99 cents, pick it up. Here's another one, same thing. This is Brian Ferry with when did this? 1987. I don't know if it's French or what. I'm probably not going to pronounce the title of the record correctly. Bite Noir. Anyway, Brian Ferry, kind of pop new wave. Again, not super familiar with Brian Ferry. I know who he is, but this honestly is probably the first release I've ever had from him. Again, 99 cents. Why not? And then the other one, again, something I don't listen to a lot, but I do remember the big hit from this album, and it's good music if you're in the mood for it. This one is Suzanne Vega with Solitude Standing. The big hit on this album was Luca. And, if I don't really like this, my daughter will probably be into that. She kind of likes the folk and that kind of acoustic, kind of singer-songwriter kind of stuff. But yeah, 99 cents for all those. And then I picked up a couple of sealed albums that are not new releases, but this one is from 2018, I believe, maybe 2017. A band that I really like. I caught them on tour last year when they were around here locally, and they were absolutely amazing. And this is Hellfire with Mania. Found this one for a really good price, $12, $13. There's a band on the back. Really enjoyed their show. And I remember when this album came out, I streamed it and listened to it, but for whatever reason, it didn't stand out as something that I wanted to pick up immediately. But for the price I found it at, now to have a vinyl copy of one of their albums, happy to have it. And then this is the find. I like to go to stores and find things there that I've never seen anywhere. And I don't know. I don't think this is a local band to Columbus. They might be. I don't know. I have no idea who they are. Never heard of them. But this is pretty good for. I got it for like $10. They had a few copies of this, and the band's called Rot. The album is Triple Black. I have never heard of them. I've never seen this album ever, and this is the back of it. But I kind of like that picture of the guy playing the metal guitar there. They're on a label called Body Bag Records. That sounds like the record company's out of Casper, Wyoming. But I really can't tell much about the band from the liner notes. If you can hear it a little bit, it's playing in the background, but they're pretty traditional, like 80s thrash kind of riffing. It's nothing spectacular, nothing truly original, but I really like it, and it's something that I've never seen before, and that's kind of the part of the excitement of going out and going digging, is finding something that is new to you that you enjoy. So it doesn't really, it says this was recorded somewhere, Spot Studios, but that doesn't really say anything in the liner notes about where this band's even from. But there aren't any lyrics or anything. There's a lyric sheet, but that's the inner sleeve. It's a pretty neat artwork. And the band is called Rot, and I'm not this album was released in 2020. So this is available for streaming on Apple Music. There's probably some YouTube. I imagine there's some YouTube videos for it. But check them out if you're a metalhead. Check out Rot, especially the title track, Triple Black. Pretty good stuff. And for $10, I'm all on board. So let's put this one back in here, and you probably can't hear it too clearly in the background, but that's what I got spinning. Okay, so that was all from Magnolia Thunderpussy. In Columbus, Ohio. Check them out if you're ever through that area. All right, and then I'm going to show, last thing I'm going to show here, this is from a place here locally in Indianapolis, Indiana. It's called Square Cat Vinyl. Unfortunately, they did not have any stickers that I could show, but I just got kind of a mixed match of stuff from here. It's mostly used. I don't think I bought anything new from there. So we're going to start with this one. These were all from their bargain bin. Again, I like record stores that have bargain bins. I think most of these were $3. This one is one I've seen a lot. It's called the band is Alias. Contains the band Alias, Contraband. I always remember this album when it came back out in the day, but what I did not know until I've known here lately is that this features members from Lynyrd Skynyrd. So this is a Southern rock band that's, it was on, I want to say it's on, what label? Let's see here. Well, it's on Mercury. I thought that it was on, the name of the label is completely, I can't come up with it, but it had all Southern rock artists, mostly Southern rock artists back in the day. But you've got Leon Wilkeson, Billy Powell, and Artemis Pyle, all from Lynyrd Skynyrd, that were in this band, and then some other guys. I've heard it before. It's not bad. It's not earth-shatteringly great, but, you know, for the price, figured I'd pick it up. Here's another one. This is Emerson, Lake and Palmer with Works. I got to be honest, I'm not familiar with this particular release. It's from 1977, and I think what it really is, it's a double album, and 3 sides are all dedicated to like just each guy. So Keith Emerson is on side 1, Greg Lake stuff is on side 2, Carl Palmer stuff is on side 3, and then on side 4 you've got Emerson, Lake and Palmer with Fanfare for the Common Man and Pirates. Fanfare for the Common Man is one of my favorite pieces of music ever. It was written by American composer Aaron Copland, and I've always liked Emerson, Lake and Palmer's take on that. So again, I thought this would be a neat one to have in the collection, just to have. I've got some more ELP, but I've never had that one. This one was one that was just kind of unique to me. I picked this up absolutely instantly without hesitation. This is Father Guido Sarducci live at the St. Douglas Convent. For those of you that are unfamiliar with Father Guido, he was a character that was on Saturday Night Live, I believe, is where he originated. But he's some guy, plays this character. He plays this priest, this Italian Catholic priest, Father Guido Sarducci. And I remember he used to have comedy specials on HBO that I really enjoyed watching. Again, I didn't even know that this album really existed. So when I saw that, I thought that was something that would be kind of unique to have in the collection. All right, but moving back on to the music, I wondered if I had already had this one. Actually, let me hang on. Yeah, okay, we'll go to this one next. I don't think I have this one already. If I do, it's really beat up. This one's not a whole lot better, but this record wasn't in bad shape. But this is Angel on Earth as in Heaven. Angel was a 70s hard rock band that had Greg Giuffria on keyboards, and let's see who else we got in here. Frank Domino on vocals, and Punky Meadows is on guitar. Those 2 guys are still out doing stuff. I don't know if both of them are in the same band. If Frank and Punky, I think, are still out doing things as Angel. But great band, good hard rock. They never really kind of made it to the big time. But anytime I can find some of these old Angel albums, I like to grab them up. Then this one is one I just for the price I got this. I wanted to have this on vinyl. I don't have a vinyl recording of this particular piece of music, but this is it's Ravel's greatest hits, and one of my other favorite classical compositions is the Bolero, and this has the Bolero on it as performed by the New York Philharmonic with Leonard Bernstein conducting. So if you don't know what the Bolero is, it's from the movie 10, and it's basically an instrumental version of a sex act. And in the end, when all the instruments just kind of rise, you know what that kind of is. But so it's actually a very beautiful, moving piece of music, and I wanted to have it on vinyl. And then let's see, we've got this one was about. I had seen this before, but I didn't know anything about this group. Oh, it just came to Capricorn was the record label I was thinking about for the Southern rock. See, that's what happens when you get old. The synapses fire, a few minutes after you really need them to. But this is a band called Mistress. It's really hard to see the art, but it's just a plain white cover with the kind of embossed logo of the band, and there's like these set of legs down here. There's another version of this album that came out that those are in red, so they kind of stand out against the white. But I didn't know much about this group, so I did listen to a few of the songs from the album on YouTube, and I liked it enough to pick it up. There's the back. That's what the band looks like. I want to say this is the only album they recorded, and I don't think any of these. I don't even think any of these songs were a hit. And they're hard to really categorize. You could put them. They've got some nice 70s kind of rocking moments on here. They also got some AOR moments where you could classify them as like a yacht rock band. But some good stuff overall. There is a cover of Neil Young's Cinnamon Girl on this album. I liked it. I liked it enough to pick it up for $3. And again, it's one that I've never had on any kind of format. And I've seen it before throughout the years, but never thought about getting it. And then the final one I'm going to show is one that it's probably just something that should be in every record collection. And I've seen it several times, but it's usually been pretty pricey, and I haven't wanted to pay that much for it. But it's John Lennon and Yoko Ono with Double Fantasy. There's the back of it. It looks to be in pretty good condition. And Just Like Starting Over is a really, really good song. It has Beautiful Boy on it, and Watching the Wheels. That was a big hit. I like that song. I'm typically not the biggest John Lennon fan of his solo stuff, but again, I thought this is probably something that should be in most record collections. And if I end up not really liking it that much or spending it that much, I gift it to my daughter, and I'm sure she would be very happy to have it as well. Okay, so those are the used ones that I found that were in the bins. And then I always like to pick up, if record stores have them, I always like to pick up these mystery bags where they just put, I think, for $10 you get 10 records, and they just put 10 random records in a mystery bag. Sometimes you get some really good stuff, sometimes you get junk. But I figure if just 4 of the 10 of these albums are decent ones, then it was worth the $10 investment. But I just always kind of enjoy the suspense of opening them up. So here's this mystery bag, and we're going to see what we got here. Take the tape off, and I have not opened this yet at all. It's been sitting here on the couch for about a week now. I've been waiting to make this video, so we'll see what we've got. And I'm gonna guess honestly that a lot of this is probably gonna be junk, but you never know. All right, and I think I was right. I asked the lady. I said, "Do they put mostly are there like rock? What kind of genres in here?" I think most of this is gonna be stuff that I would probably not buy. Movie soundtracks, classical stuff. There might be some good stuff in here, but we'll see. The first one here is a Rod McEwen at Carnegie Hall a live recording. I should know who Rod McEwen is, but I do not. This was recorded at Carnegie Hall, New York, April 29th, 1969. Yeah, I don't know who this is. And the records are supposed to be in playable condition. Doesn't look too bad. All right, so there's one. Number 2, we've got, this is going to be all junk. I probably will not be buying any more mystery bags from what I call it, Square Cat. Is that what I said? I can't even remember now. Walter Brennan, Mama Sang a Song. Are you kidding me? This is not what you put in a mystery bag. This is mystery bag for like 70-year-old people. This is all going to be junk. Frankie Lane's Greatest Hits. I'll probably never even listen to any of these. Although actually some of this might be like easy listening 40s kind of big band maybe kind of stuff. There's not one rock album in this thing. Jimmy Rogers. I do know who Jimmy Rogers is. 15 million sellers. We got some little Jimmy Rogers class. This one might be cool just because he's pretty important in the history of American music there. To say I'm a little disappointed in this mystery bag is yeah. Ted Heath in concert. I have no idea who Ted Heath is. No idea. But hey, look, there's a nice big long biography about him. These are all the titles you'd find at like a Goodwill, and you're like, is there anything at this Goodwill that I might enjoy? And the answer is no. Skitch Henderson, Winter Holiday with the New York Philharmonic. All right, well, Christmas album. Again, don't know who this guy is, but always like Christmas records. So maybe come next December, we'll put that on and see what that's all about. What do we got here? The Pat Terry Group, Heaven Ain't All There Is. This looks like some kind of weird, easy listening 70s stuff. Never heard of him. But we'll see. Worth a spin just to see if it's any good. What we got here? Oh, well, this one's all torn up. Eric Anderson, Avalanche. I have heard of Eric Anderson. Man, this is really not what I figured this is probably what this was going to be. Johnny Burnett's Hits and Other Favorites. I don't know who he is either. Probably because all this stuff was before I was born. And he's not a classic rocker, so I don't know. And then this is the last one. We're 0 for 10 in this mystery bag. 0 for 10. 0 for 10. There might be one. If I listen to these, maybe two of them might surprise me. The Kingston Trio, I have heard of them. At Large. I believe they play kind of folk music. But okay, yeah, that was kind of a bummer. I was really hoping there would maybe be at least one or two 70s rock albums in there, but that's all absolute junk. So if you ever go to Square Cat Vinyl in Indianapolis, Indiana, by all means visit them. They've got a wide selection of stuff. I do not recommend you pick up one of the mystery bags because that was $10 basically flushed. But I do like the mystery bags at certain places. I've gotten some really good stuff in those mystery bags. But again, that's what I picked up from Square Cat Vinyl in Indianapolis, Indiana, and Magnolia Thunderpussy in Columbus, Ohio. Really neat venue. If you're looking for a place to go record shopping, I really do recommend Columbus. They got a lot of really good record stores. And Used Kids was my favorite one there. Didn't get a chance to visit them on this time around. But just Google Columbus record stores, and there's a whole list of a bunch of different ones, and they're all cool. Columbus, Ohio is an absolutely great city anyway. If you're thinking of a place to go, if you're in the Midwest and you want to go on a day trip, if you've not ever been to Columbus, Ohio, check it out. So, again, that's what I picked up. My name is Mike. Thanks for visiting the shop today. I got a pretty big push on my last Slayer video. Got over 2,500 views on it. Which again, for kind of an amateur channel that I do, I was pleased with that. It's pushed me up to, I've got 292 subscribers now. I'm just 8 away from reaching 300, which again, I'm not a professional YouTuber, but I think having 300 subscribers just is kind of a tickle, So if you haven't, hit like and subscribe for me, help me out a little bit. And if you are a return viewer, I appreciate your support. And thanks for stopping by, and I'll catch you on the next one.